now for What the Hell, men. Giants, Cowboys. I thought that the Giants would at least beat the spread, and it was a one-score game, right? Until the Giants started going down with injury, a freaky kind of basketball-style injury for Saquon Barkley, who just got back, rolled his ankle on a weird play. Daniel Jones trying to run the ball in on what, goes at the defender, takes on a defender, gets knocked out with a concussion. Oh, I don't know, you think your starting quarterback and star running back are important for your offense? And after that, the Giants got lit up by an excellent Dallas team. What I want to know is this, and Warren Sharp of Sharp Analytics, Sharp Football, had this tweet last week. At no point for 5 years now have the Giants had a winning record at any point in any season. For 5 years. This is going to be year number 6. They're not going to have a winning record this year. See what's going on? You look at their schedule. They already have 4 losses. This is Kellerman, the GM's 4th season with this? What the hell, men is right. Jeff, Mort, I haven't even gotten to the Cowboys because I'm a Giants fan and I'm very upset. I would say, I want to do this on one of these shows, like, what percentage of the quality of your life decreases when your football team is awful? Yeah. I would say, including, kids, job, everything, it's anywhere between 5 and 15% for me. The entire quality of my life. All right. Cowboys. That's the real story here for everyone else. Are they the best team in the NFC, Jeff?
Yes. Listen, when you think about the Dallas Cowboys, this is a complete football team, and you hear it talked about often, complementary football. So they can run the ball, whether it's Ezekiel Elliott or Tony Pollard. They have tight ends that will block well in the run game, and they can run and get open. You see what Schultz has done here recently. Then you flip the ball over, and that's not even talking about their wide receivers. Flip it over to the defense. Why is it complimentary? Because they can play ground and pound, keep the ball away, and then that puts pressure on the opposing team's offense to try to make plays. Why do you think Diggs is having so many opportunities to make these picks? Because quarterbacks are trying to force it. They're trying to push it, and they're taking full advantage on the backside of the Cowboys defense. This team is the most complete team. And by the way, they've been banged up and injured. Some of their best players have still yet to play or have only played 1 week and out. They're kind of in and out of the roster. That shows you how good this team is. It is a sustainable group if they continue to keep growing the way that they have played these first 5 games.
That's just great.
Yeah.
Just terrific. So on top of the Giants being terrible, a Super Bowl champion offensive lineman is telling me that the Cowboys are the best. Like, could it get any worse?
For a Giants fan is what you're talking about.
Oh, hey, Max, and I forgot to tell you, this offensive line is blocking as well as they did in Dak's first year. I think it was 2016 or 17, whatever his first year, which, by the way, was the most dominant offensive line in the league. So just to make you, just put a little sprinkle on that, the offensive line is complete domination, just to make you feel better.
It just keeps getting worse for me. Mort, tell me about my beloved New York Football Giants. After this rash of injuries, where do they go from here?
Well, you still ask Joe Judge. You line up and you get ready to play the next game, but they're going to do it probably without Saquon Barkley. As you know, you mentioned that where he turned his ankle, looked like a lower ankle sprain because they expect it to be about a couple week injury. So not being a high ankle apparently is a good thing. We certainly know that Daniel Jones suffered that concussion, and that was something that nobody liked to see. And it was good to see the Cowboys even monitoring him as he stumbled away. And then Kenny Golladay, is having an MRI on his knee today, and see how that goes. And other than that, everything's fine with the Giants, Max.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see Kadarius Toney with Saquon and Daniel Jones and Thomas, but everyone will use that as an excuse for Gettleman to stick around forever and for me never to be happy. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
5 or 15% below.
He's a good
5 or
man.
15% decrease, Max. Just live with it.
Yeah, I just have to accept this is the new normal. I'm now 15% less happy. Jeff, Mort, great to see you. Thank you very much.
2 seconds left. 28-yard attempt. The fight, Texas Aggies take down the top-ranked Tide.
Lane's spraying. Arkansas's hoping.
The Rebels hold on.
Finally, we can go have some popcorn.
Nico Riggini, touchdown Iowa.
Penn State going for it.
Intercepted again.
The Iowa Hawkeyes will remain undefeated.
When you think you've seen everything in this rivalry, you're proven wrong. Touchdown, Texas!
48 apiece.
He breaks free. Forget the field goal. Put him with a touchdown.
This is a game that will never be forgotten today in Dallas.
Time now for HD with our very own college football reporter, Heather Dinich. HD because, Heather, you see things so clearly. And that happens to be the initials of your name, so look at how clever we are. All right, Heather, Alabama was beaten by Texas A&M on Saturday. And by the way, I was working the Deontay Wilder-Tyson Fury heavyweight title fight. Great fight. And they're taking a while to start the fight, and Deontay's not getting in the ring. And I'm following the game on my phone, and sure enough, it was about 90 seconds after Texas A&M beats Alabama that the fight begins. But anyway, that was a huge upset. What is the path for Bama to make it to the playoff?
Max, Alabama is in must-win mode right now, and they can do it. They should still win the SEC West, but they have to win the SEC, because if they lose to Georgia in the SEC championship game, and right now ESPN's Football Power Index gives Georgia a 65% chance to win the SEC over Alabama, then the Tide is out. So at this point, that could be a huge debate for the selection committee, but the bottom line right now for Nick Saban and Alabama is win or go home as far as the college football playoff is concerned.
You just get the sense they're going to take them both, right? I mean, if Alabama, they'll take them both. Wouldn't they, Heather? Wouldn't they just take them both?
They'll take them both if Alabama wins and Georgia loses. I believe that 100%. But this is not 2017, Max. In 2017, Alabama got in without winning its division because it lost on the road to a ranked Auburn team, its rival. The selection committee pays attention to who you lose to, where, and when. This was a 2-loss, unranked Texas A&M team. Alabama didn't look good. So those things will all be talked about in the committee room, and that's why I think the only way at this point for the SEC to get 2 teams in is for Alabama to win the SEC and Georgia to lose a good game.
And they've won a squeaker. Point noted. You said you were not a believer in Michigan before. They remain undefeated. Are you a believer now?
Where's my meh emoji? I mean, yeah, look, they proved something. They went on the road, and for the first time this season, they showed us that they could come from behind and win a game in a tough environment. They now have back-to-back road wins. That's extremely important. They deserve a lot of credit. But Michigan State fans are saying, hey, what about us? Whichever team wins that game on October 30th, that's who's going to start to get the credit and the real love as far as the college football playoff conversation is concerned. You see Michigan's schedule up there? I think their game against Ohio State in the regular season finale is now the biggest game in the second half of the college football season. And I say that because I still think the Buckeyes are the ones to beat in the Big Ten.
All right, finally, who's in your top 4? Did the AP poll have it right?
Look, my top 4 made me cringe because I just mentioned Ohio State, and if they were to play Iowa today, I think the Buckeyes would win. But I did this based on what we've seen right now. And my top 4 is Georgia, Iowa, Cincinnati, and Oklahoma. And if, Max, what we talked about at the beginning, if Alabama loses to Georgia in the SEC championship, this could be what it looks like in December for the final top 4 of the season. So we'll see what happens, but I don't think anybody was helped more this past weekend than Cincinnati.
Yeah, and I don't know. People still don't take them seriously. I don't know. All they do is win. They have a good win on the season, and I don't know. Am I crazy here? The great Heather Dinich.
No, you're not.
Gentlemen. Huh? Yes,
You're
Heather.
not crazy.
Yes, what was it? I'm not crazy, right? Cincinnati's pretty good, aren't they?
All right, but I still don't know if they get in.
This is the top 4 at the moment. But for how long, Heather? For how long? Thank you, Heather. Appreciate it. Coming up, Lisa Salters joins us live from Baltimore on John Harbaugh.